Hello, thank you for joining us for the IUN Community Garden Session, Hydroponic Growing 101. My name is Leslie Kaiser, and I'm the Program Coordinator for CURE, and I'm going to be moderating today's session. The presenter for today's session is Damon Bazziel. Mr. Bazziel is a Purdue Extension Gary Urban Farmers Initiative graduate. He is president of the Gary Food Council and lead garden instructor at 21st Century Charter School HS campus. He is a father of 3 teen boys and has been married to his wife for 20 years. He is passionate about learning and teaching how to grow healthy organic food in the urban environment. Welcome, Damon.
Hello. So like Ms. Lori said, I'm Damon Bazziel. Thank you for having me. I'm the president of the Gary Food Council. We have just graduated over 30-something kids with the Junior Master Gardener class. I'll get into that more later. Alumni of Indiana State University, Goofy, Gary Urban Farmer Initiative, husband of 3 boys, father of 3 boys, and husband of 20 years to my wife, LaDonna. Okay. I'm currently taking the Master Gardening class right now at Purdue Extension with Miss Rebecca Cates. And we got a final coming up pretty soon. But I'm here to talk about Hydroponics 101. Now, I think the main reason why I got into hydroponics because I wanted to solve a problem. One of the problems, I'm a local gardener and hopefully a homesteader and commercial farmer later. But one of the problems we had was in our zone up here, our growing zone, we only had a limited amount of time to grow. So at the end of August and September, we might be able to get a few winter squash and some kale, some greens. But as you know, we're living up in Northwest Indiana, our growing season stops. So our growing season stops pretty much in November, going into, late October, November, and then that's it. We got to wait till the spring. So I was like, I wanted to solve a problem. How could we extend our growing season? Now we can grow herbs on the windowsill in the house, different things like that. But one of my main things I wanted to do was look into other methods of extending the growing season. We don't have the pleasure of being down in Florida or Atlanta or some of those southern states where they got a longer growing season. And so I looked into hydroponics. So there's a difference between hydroponics and aquaponics. And shout out to my friend Paxton Suggs. He gave me this plug right here. So I know he did aquaponics, and it was very, very informative. The only difference between hydroponics and aquaponics is that aquaponics deals with fish. So the way to remember that is Aquaman swims with the fish. So aquaponics deals with fish. Hydroponics just deals with nutrient solutions to grow your fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, so I'm gonna read these bullets. Hydroponic is a method of growing plants in water without soil. The water must be enriched with nutrients. The plants need some type of inert medium to support the root system. So this is one of the boxes that I have. It's and you can really start. You don't need a lot of money to get started. I'm going to show you how easy it is to at least practice and play with it and get started with it. Okay, so let's go. Hydroponics is the cultivation of plants without using soil. Hydroponic flowers, herbs, and vegetables are planted in inert growing media and supplied with nutrient-rich solution, oxygen, and water. Okay, so they get that oxygen a number of different ways, either through air stones. I don't want to go ahead of myself, or just the oxygen in the air because a limited amount of water in there. The system fosters rapid growth, strong ears, and superior quality. Okay, hydroponic comes from the Greek language, and it literally means to let the water do the work. Hydro meaning water, panos meaning work. So it's working water. And this is a box that I had created. I ordered this box. I created some and I ordered some. And all this is a tub. It's like it's about the size of a shoe container. And those, we have net pots in there. We have growing medias. We have hydrogen in there. And I'm growing fresh kale. And I'm growing collard greens and different things like that in my home. All right. When a plant is growing in soil, its roots are perpetually searching for the necessary nutrition to support the plant. If the plant's root system is exposed directly to water and nutrients, the plants do not have to exert any energy in sustaining itself. So that's one of the things about growing hydroponics as opposed to growing outside. And again, I'm not against growing outside at all. Because I practice the square foot garden method. I'm practicing the no-till method and many other different methods where we grow outside, but it's a lot going on, a lot of different things going on outside that to stop or slow down or challenge the growth of your plants. The energy the roots would have extended requiring food and water can be redirected into the plant's maturation. As a result, leaf growth flourishes and does the bloom of fruits and flowers. So I'm telling you, spinach, wonderful. A lot of those leafy greens, different kinds of lettuce. Oh, they taste so great. So wonderful, okay? Fast growth, hydroponics works by automatically getting the complete nutrient mixture and water to the roots without drowning the plant. Plants get everything they need all the time, so they do not waste growing a lot of roots or searching for nutrients. Some of these slides are going to sound the same. So this is one of the advantages to hydroponics, okay? Another advantage is no weeds, reduce pests. Gardening without soil eliminates the weeds, so you do not need weed spray. I hope you're not using weed spray, but if you are, then you really don't need it on the indoor unit. Since most pests live and breed in soil, there's usually no need for pesticides or other toxic chemicals. Okay, you might have some little gnats and different things like that every once in a while, but it's not nothing real big. Advantages, another advantage, great plant quality and taste. Since the plants are getting everything you need, like I keep saying, all the time, it will reward you with great taste, strong, fast growth, and overall plant quality. Now, that's one thing I want to talk about, the plant growth. The yields is amazing. You know, you can get a fresh crop in a little amount of time, right? So something that would take 4 weeks to grow, it'll grow in 2.5 or 3 weeks. Very, very powerful. Disadvantage, daily attention can be necessary. Okay, you might have to tend to it daily. But I didn't really see that I had to tend to it daily a lot once I had figured out what I had to do. So some of my plants that I grew were in rooms with no sunlight. Like I was at the Indiana, 21st Century High School, and they gave me a room to grow for my garden club, and we had a window, and I was happy, and we was growing stuff on the windowsill, and they said, you can't use this room anymore. We're going to do something else in it. We got another room for you. You still have your water and different things like that, but it's no sunlight. So I was like, wow. So, but you know, we still had, it was another problem we had to solve that problem. So that's why we had to buy multiple grow lights. We had to get timers. We had to do all these different things like that. So that's why I had to attend to it daily, because I didn't have my sunlight like I had before. Okay, specially formulated soluble nutrients must always be used. Okay, so it's some nutrients that you have to buy and mix. But there are some mixing kits that are easier than others, right? Some are in liquid form, some are in powdery form that has to be diluted with your water. You got to check your pH, different things like that. We're gonna get into that as well. Okay, so waterborne diseases can spread rapidly through recirculation system. I haven't experienced that, you know, probably a little algae growth, you know, but other than that, we fixed that with a little water and hydrogen peroxide solution, and we didn't have that problem anymore. By controlling the environment, okay, welcome to shrink this down. Okay, good, I can see my whole screen now. By controlling the environment of the plant, many risk factors are reduced. Plants grow in gardens and fields and introduce a host of variables that negatively impact the health and growth. Fungus in the soils can spread disease to the plants. Wildlife, like rabbits, like squirrels in my yard, can plunder ripening vegetables from your garden. Pests like locusts can descend on crops and obliterate them in an afternoon. Yes, and the white moths can come and lay eggs on your greens and your kale and put holes in them and Now you got to get some BT and some other things to combat that. All right, the nutrient solution. Now there are different types of nutrient solutions, right? The nutrients are dissolved in water. They can be applied directly to the plant's root system by flooding, misting, or immersion. Now I'll talk about that in a minute. This is one of the products that I use. General Hydroponics. You can look it up. You get it on Amazon, eBay. Them are the two main places I get it, but you can get it on those places. So what you do is you mix so much part of these solutions. So you got for the flora bloom, you see the NPK right here. I got the 054. This is pretty much dealing with the P, right? And this one 505. This is the nitrogen, and this one is pretty much heavy on the potassium. Okay, we'll get into NPK a little bit as well. But so you mix these solutions. So what you do is you take neutral water, like a distilled water or water that's got a pH. You bring the pH down. I'm gonna talk about that as well to about 5.5 or 6. Then you add these solutions. You stir it up real good. Then you check the pH again. So anywhere between 5.5 and 6, or no more than 6.5, because 7 you go into the neutral. It's a good growing. It's a good growing. So you can be able to grow your fruits and vegetables. So NPK is what I was talking about. Nitrogen. N stands for nitrogen. Some of you guys know this, of the production of leaves, stem growth, and building plant cells. P stands for phosphorus, for the development of flowers, fruits, and healthy root growth. K stands for potassium and photosynthesis. Okay, so these solutions help give you a balance and a strong NPK. All right. Photosynthesis. I know some of you guys that are in gardening and you guys know about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Plants sustain themselves by the process called photosynthesis. Plants capture sunlight with chlorophyll, the green pigment presented in the leaves. Well, in this case, this is kale and spinach and some herb being grown under a red and blue light. So it's not the sun. They use the light's energy to split water molecules they absorb via the root system. Hydrogen molecules combine with carbon dioxide to produce carbohydrates, which plants use to flourish. So the hydrogen molecules combine with carbon dioxide. When you talk, you let out carbon dioxide. They let out oxygen. That's why when you see somebody talking to a plant, they're not crazy. They're giving the plant carbon dioxide, and the plant is giving you oxygen. All right, so feel free to talk to your plants. All right, hydroponics principle. Hydroponic operates under a very simple principle, like I keep stressing. Provides plant exactly what they need when they need it. Now, this is not just a one size fits all, because it depends on what you're growing. It depends on the solution you're using, a few variables. But once you play with it, then you will be a master in no time. I say within 3 to 6 months of growing 1 or 2 crops, you'll figure some things out, because it's not that hard. Hydroponics administer nutrient solutions tailored to the need of the particular plant being grown. pH levels can be monitored and adjusted in a highly custom and controlled environment. Plant growth accelerates. So this right here is a pH meter, right? So you put this device, and I think they're only like $13 on eBay. $13 on eBay. So you put it in there, then it lets you know what the pH level of your water is. Okay. Hydroponic system work by allowing minimum control over environmental conditions like temperature, pH balance, maximize exposure to nutrients in water. Okay, so what is pH? Some of you guys know what this is as well. pH stands for potential of hydrogen. And this number is important because it relates to how your plants absorb the nutrients. A high or low pH interferes with the plant's ability to take up nutrients. Therefore, pH should be monitored closely. Try to maintain 5.5 to 6.2. I said 6.5, but mine usually be 5.8, so I'll be good. In order to best absorb your nutrients. Okay, so the scale from 0 being acid the 14 being alkaline, and 7 being neutral. So sometimes when you go buy those gallons of distilled water, more than likely your pH will be 7, will be neutral, okay? So alkaline, high alkaline is like bleach, drain cleaner, soapy water. Of course, you're not going to use these, but I'm just saying that. So the acidic end will be like lemon, stomach, and your acid in your stomach, or battery acid is real acidic. So you're trying to get it somewhere where you see this tomato right here, okay? Somewhere up in here. All right. So where's my pH up and pH down? Let me talk about that. Did I have that slide in here? No, I didn't put it in there. So you might say, well, what if I measured the water and it was too high? They have a kit that's called pH up and pH down. They come together in a set. And what you can do is if the pH is too high, let's say for instance it's like on a 9 or something, right? Before you put your plants in the solution, you can put a few drops of pH down, and then you stir it up. Okay, a few drops of pH down, you stir it up, and it brings the pH down. Okay, and the same thing with pH up. You know, if your pH is on a 2, you put a few drops of the pH up, and it brings it up to the level you need it. Okay, and I thought I put that slide in. I must have took it out. Okay, you can control exactly how much light the plant receives and for how long. And it can be placed in a window, on a windowsill. Artificial lights is fine. You know what I mean? As well, growing light, those grow lights that they use, they make great seedlings. So you can start making your seedlings via hydroponics in February. You know, when it's dead cold outside, or March, right? So by the time April comes, well, you can start getting some healthy seedlings. What are the components of a hydroponic system? To maintain the flourishing hydroponic system, you need to become acquainted with the few of the components that make hydroponics run efficiently. Grow media, air stones, sometimes, unless you use a cracky method, and new pots or net pots. What's been net pots? Okay. Hydroponic plants are often grown in inert media that support the plant's weight and anchor its root structure. Okay, so if you think about a plant in the ground, the soil holds it in, right? Soil, you know, keeps the root in the ground. Well, you don't have a soil, you have grow media, right? So that's what pretty much keeps the plant in place, okay? Grow media is a substitute for soil. However, it does not provide any independent nutrient to the plant. So unlike soil, so soil has different nutrient, micronutrients in it and stuff. It's going to have a level of a pH level of 7, right? It's not going to do anything but to hold the plant up in place in the hydroponics. Instead of porous media retains soil and nutrients from the nutrient solution, which it delivers to the plant. Grow medias are also pH neutral, so they will not upset the balance of your nutrient solution. So that's what I just said. There are a host of different media to choose from. Okay, so let's see, can we get into some of those media? All right, these are a lot of them. I haven't tried all of them, but I've tried a lot of them. Perlite, okay, stand your plants up in perlite. Okay, hydrogen, I got some of those. This for the heavier plants. Greens, and I try to grow tomato hydroponic, and it works. But I try to grow leafy greens in hydroponics because the ones that need pollination, you can still do it by hand or blow a fan on it, and it still does what it does. But I just try to grow leafy greens and herbs. But those ones that have a strong stem might need the hydrogen. Vermiculite, right? Rockwool is very, very popular. Coconut coir and rockwool are very popular. Rice hulls, I haven't tried that because I didn't know if it will fall through the net pot. So, but I will be trying it soon. I buy a whole bunch of things to try to see how it works. Air stones is the second thing. This is for the oxygen. Air stones create tiny bubbles of oxygen in your hydroponic tank. When air is forced through the stone, the bubbles make and dissolve oxygen disperse more widely through your system. So a lot of them use air stones, pretty much some similar to the things you see in the fish tank, right? So you can buy these air stones, of course, on eBay. You can tell I go to eBay a lot. You just get a good deal on eBay. All right. Now, not all units use air stone, but I'll explain that in a minute. Net pots. Some of the hydroponic growing mediums use net pots. So they use hydrogen, lava rock, stone, rock wool, and any hydroponic growing medium that will not fall through the hole. So as you can tell, these holes, this is a 3-inch net pot right here, and it's standing the plant up. And so if you put rice hulls in there, you know, some of that might get into your solution. Again, its pH is 7, so it shouldn't hurt the solution, but it's just a mess. So that's why I said sand, perlite, smaller size particle, medium, it'll fall through the net cup. Okay. And then also the size net cup is important too, because a lot of the net cups are either 1.5, 2-inch diameter, 1.5 diameter, 3. Some of you can fit on mason jars. It's just a beautiful thing. What are the 6 types of hydroponic systems? I think it's more, but this is what the standard says. And so it's 6. DWC, deep water culture, wicking system, NFT, nutrient film technique, ebb and flow, drip system, and aeroponics. So DWC, deep water culture, the plant grows in the net pot filled with the small quantity of clay pebbles, this is hydrogen. The root develops immersed in the water based mineral solution constantly oxygenated by an air pump. So as you can see, and from the picture, hopefully you guys can see the picture, the net cup is in the solution, right? So and the roots are in the water, in the solution, and this air pump, this air stone is pumping this oxygen in there. So that's called deep water culture. Okay. So, and these boxes don't cost that much. You can get, I'm gonna tell you, you can get a deep water culture box for $40 on eBay. There I go with eBay again. I'm gonna share some of these links and stuff with you later. Well, if you contact me. Wick system. A wick system is a hydroponic grow set that uses soft fabric string known as a wick. In a wick system, a cotton or nylon wick absorbs water and nutrients from the solution and supplies it to plants and containers and trays. So this is great. So I went and bought some of this wick, and so some of the roots might be short or don't touch the solution. So you have to run a wick through there, you know. And I learned this because we went on Christmas break and spring break, and you know we have all these different breaks in school. So we got our garden club, and I didn't take some of them home, and I came back, and the plants was mad at me, and then some of them was frowned up, and I was like, "Oh no, what happened? They didn't get their solution. They didn't be able to drink over the break." So I just went out and ordered these wicks, and I put them through the bottom of the net cup, and long as the wicks touch the root, believe it or not, it's like a straw. They drink, and it's amazing. All right, so that's wick system. NFT. This is I see a lot of commercial people that use hydroponics. This so NFT nutrient film technique is a hydroponic technique where a very shallow stream of water containing the nutrients are recirculated past the roots of the plant in a watertight gully, also known as channels. I've seen them. They did some DIYs of some gutters, some home gutters and different things like that. And but they got kits for this too. So what happens is this slow stream of water just run past your roots. It's at a tilt, as you can see, it's at a tilt, and then the water goes back into the basin, and then the water pumps it back up. So it's circular with those blue arrows. It circulates like that. Okay. Ebb and flow. Ebb and flow or flood and drain. So that's pretty much called a flood and drain. It involves a periodic flooding and draining of the nutrient solutions. Basically, there are 2 phases in this operation. The flood is when the water and the nutrients flow, the growing areas flowing over over the plant's roots, and then it's a drain time. So almost like a tide coming in, you know. But these systems, you can still get them, but I don't know why the ebb and flow is so expensive. They're more expensive than some of the other methods. I don't know. So what happens is the water will fill up with your hydrogen or whatever solution, I mean, whatever media you got in here, and then it, it immerse the roots, and then it drains back out. Okay, and it's on a timer. So this water comes in, immerse the roots, drain back out. Okay, maybe that's what, I don't know why that one is. But I'm gonna buy one of these because I want to play with these. I'm gonna buy one of each, hopefully. Drip system. Drip system is an active hydroponic system. This means that it uses a pump to feed your plants with nutrients and water regularly. It is also called trickle or micro irrigation system. So, if those people that are used to doing those irrigation tubes in their garden, or the tape system in their garden beds, or their roads, this is pretty much what's going on with that. As the name suggests, the system uses small emitters to drip the nutrient solution directly onto your plants. So this is a constant flow too. So it's just dripping small amounts of the nutrient solution onto your root. Okay, aeroponics. Aeroponic systems are specialized versions of hydroponics with the root of the plant extended only in air, and the roots are directly sprayed with the nutrient water mix. The primary difference is the availability of oxygen to the roots. So aeroponics, they pretty much suspend in the air, and it missed the nutrient solution, and it missed the roots, sorry, and helps the plant to grow. All right, but you get a lot of oxygen. You see all of this white? It's just you get a lot of oxygen that way. So some people like some methods better than others. Okay. Honorable mentions: the floating system. So this is that styrofoam. They cut it out the size of the neck cups. They got a basin with the solution in there, and they put the plant, what they're growing into the neck cup, and it just floats on top of the solution. So that's what it does. It floats on top of the nutrient solution. Cracky method. All right. So cracky is a form of passive hydroponics. As the plant grows, the water level drops, creating airspace for the roots. When the plant is ready for harvest, the nutrient-filled water is nearly used up. So pretty much, I've used the cracky method as well. A lot of your systems that you buy in eBay or Amazon, they sell cracky kits. But you don't, I would suggest buying one of those small kits because it got everything you need, even the solution in one setting, instead of piecing it out. Once you can piece it out as well, or if you're a do-it-yourself person, you can do that as well. But I suggest spending the 30 or 40 or 50 bucks, getting it, you get the kit, you get everything with it, and you can play with it, and then once you figure out how it works, then start piecing out kits and stuff like that. So see, the oxygen is in here. So once your produce is starting to get big like this, that this water level is getting low. So it's almost like wicking system. Uh-oh, I heard a little beep. That might mean time is up. All right, so let's go to the next one. The aim of all hydroponic system is to enhance control and efficiency in crop production. Hydroponics is a fun and easy way to grow fresh veggies and herbs and fruits too. So I'm gonna show you some things, and then I'm going to questions and answers. So these are two of my boxes. This is at the school. This is 9 of them right here. We got greens and kale and all kind of stuff. This one to the left with the gray lid was a bought system. This one to the right, this is the bought system too, but I know I made one. I don't know if I got a picture of the one I made. Now it starts getting real wild because some plants, they got green beans in it, all kind of stuff in it, and sometimes it can outgrow your area. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is me putting the green. This is a different shot of the one that I bought. Okay, so it's these lights are on the timer. That's why the picture to the right is dim. This is a garden unit, GARDYN or something like that. So the one on the left is at school, the one on the right is at home. You cut you a fresh salad. It's amazing, right? And so this company, look it up, garden.com. Again, they didn't pay me to promote them, but this unit it's kind of pricey. But what happens is it's the solution and the water's in the basin down here. It's like 6 gallons in the basin, and on the timer it comes up, and these are all cups with the different produce in it, and it drips water onto the hydrogen cubes. You see the hydrogen cube? These right here, I got to have it growing yet. So it drips water on the hydrogen cube, and right here, these are lights. So if you're in a room that does not have sunlight, it doesn't matter because it has light. And also this top left, you see it's a camera. So you can be able to program it. You can be able to, like when I was away for school, I can open up the cameras, and it'll let me know how much water is in the tank. I can change when it gets lighting. I can also see it growing or whatever. So that's a little fancy one that I had got. This is, I went down to Indianapolis. This is a commercial hydroponic growing. He got these panels, New Age Farms. He has a shipping container, and he grows 24/7, 365. No matter if it's rain, sleet, or snow, because it's a certain condition. It's 70. Stay at cool 70 degrees. And inside of here, he goes vertically on panels. Oh, that's me at home with the 2 units. Okay. I wanted to get back to the other one. So this is some other fruits and vegetables. We have kale, all kind of herb. We got oregano, thyme, basil, dill, all kind of stuff growing on. So this one. I don't know why I put this. So he's growing kale on the right, and on the left, he got the special lights that come on at a certain time, and he's growing all kind of leafy greens, right? And he supplies a lot of chefs and stores in Indianapolis. So this is my dream to get one of these units soon. Okay, all of the nutrients are in here, right? So it's all automated. So he sets it up, and he got like 6 or 7 panels. And so of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, fresh lettuce, leafy greens growing all year round. Just amazing setup. Okay, this is my little setup I had as well. The deep water culture where the water continues to flow and grow. We have herbs and kale in there. Okay, this is my experiment with the wick. How much time do I have? Because I'm at the end. I got like 4 slides left. Am I right or no?
You're doing fine, Damon.
Okay. So this is we got our junior master gardeners class on Saturdays, and the reason they got these rocks and pebbles in the bottom was just for cosmetics. You really don't want to have a clear container because algae can grow. Okay, so usually this will be dark. We mostly took these outside, spray painted in black or a dark color, or put a paper bag over them. But for cosmetics, and the kids thought it was cool, we just left. We didn't put nothing on it. So the one on the left is a jalapeno pepper plant, and this media in here is perlite, and it's actually soil and perlite mixed. So this wick comes through here, it touches the roots and go back down. So it drinks whenever it needs to. And I let the kids take them home, and they say it's growing, and they're excited about that. So that was me practicing a wick. And this is a vase from the Dollar Tree, and my 3-inch neck cup, and a piece of the wick that I had. All right. Oh, and they got the aeroponic units. Of course, you see at Menards and everywhere, and Walmart. And this is growing kale. This is also an awesome little doozy right here, because everything is pretty much automated except for the light blink at the top let you know when to add solution of water. You can also grow seedlings in this, or you can just leave your herbs and vegetables in this. Again, if you want to start off, you want to practice with it, these are good units. They're like $80 at Menards, Walmart, different places like that. This is the kit that I bought online, eBay, right? It comes with everything. It comes with the air stone. They got the pump, the hydrogen, the rock wool. And of course, it don't come with the plant. And then these are 1.5 inch or 2 inch net cups or something. Just order one, play with it. You'll be surprised. And that is okay. That's it. I thought I had more. Any questions, comments, or concerns? I gave a lot of information. Like I said, I don't think I'm an expert in it. It's just something it was a problem, and that problem took me on a journey. And I said, oh, this is cool. You know what I mean? It extended our growing season inside. And I found out about the different methods and different things. Don't be intimidated by pH levels and all of that. Nutrient solutions. Don't be intimidated by it. Just get in there, start off with a small kit, and email me and I'll help you out if I know the information. If not, we can research it. Just like on Facebook, they have hydroponic for beginner communities and different things like that. Just get in there and ask some questions. They're real cool. So community is the best way to learn this.
Damon, for somebody who's getting started and they buy one of these kits, I know there was a lot of leafy greens in your presentation. It sounds like those may be some of the easier plants to grow, but have you tried it with any kind of fruits or like strawberries maybe, or? So
the garden unit, they have over 50 different net cups that you can order. And so one of them is mini cucumbers, and one of them is mini strawberries. So I have it on the unit, and we're going to see how it takes.
Okay.
I was kind of concerned. I'm like, how are they going to grow? There's no pollinators, not letting bees in my house. So, but the different methods, you can shake it, put a fan on it, or sometimes you leave it alone in some kind of way. They just pollinate and produce these little strawberries. Or I did get some little cucumbers, at the end. So I was just amazed. So, yeah, I'm working on that now to see what to do with the pollinated fruits and vegetables. But that's interesting you said that, because strawberries is on my other unit. We'll see what happens.
Okay, great. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening.